So the first play I acted in, French play I acted in already, there was this Algerian actress from France, from Paris, who had come, called Baya Belal, who works for one of the biggest theatre companies in Paris. And they were doing a play on India and, the freedom struggle and, independence and all that. And so she watched my play and she said, "Oh, but I like what you're doing. Can I work with you a little bit and give you some pointers?" And I said, "Fantastic." So we worked there. And then later on, when I had a chance to go to France, she and this other friend of mine, Nirupama Nityanandan, who's working there, they said "Why don't you land up there?" And Niru said, "Look, this is a friend of mine, Ev, and I share a flat. You can have a sleeping bag in a corner if you want." And so things happened like that. So I went, and so with Aryan Mushkin, who's the theatre director there, you discover a whole new way of doing theatre. And so she has these fantastic backdrops, and already when you're coming into the theatre space to see her play, the receiving hall they're like, let's say they're huge hangars, okay? They used to be warehouses. So the first warehouse is already all painted, and it's it's artwork in itself. And so the first job I got there was with the art department. They said, they were making a movie production there, and so I got to be painting, parts of the decor. And then and her whole process afterwards was this thing of the collective creation. So which Rajat Kapoor was with me, the famous actor from Bombay, making of Mahatma and all that. So we both got to actually watch a lot of her rehearsals of this partition play, which never came to India and which was never played again, actually. So they were rehearsing this play to be performed in Moscow. And then glasnost was happening, and the Russian economy, the USSR economy at that point of time, tanked. So they couldn't afford this play there, right? So they rehearsed actually for a 3-week period just for Rajat and me to be watching and taking it in. And why I say serendipitously these things happen is that Bhagwan Chavan happens to be in Paris at the Beaux-Arts at this point of time, right? And we hadn't caught up with each other. One day he comes to the theatre because Rajat and I were in charge of casting for Indian participants in the movie, right? And so Bhagwan landed up there, and then then Rajat and I shifted to his house, and we were staying with him in his flat for a while, and he was making these fantastic paintings. And so I got to go to Beaux-Arts and meet his lecturers and, that kind of thing. Yeah. So, the collective creation comes from there. And I think also maybe a deeper political or philosophical belief of mine, which is that, we're all better off when we work together.